During the challenge, I lost 9.6 pounds, 6.5 inches, and 4.8 pounds of fat. My favorite part of the challenge was the meetings every Wednesday night. I felt like I got so much out of those meetings. Just the conversation we had with each other, Brian's presentation, they were great. Got a lot out of it.
All right, you just finished the nutrition challenge. Introduce yourself.
I'm Terri trainer. I've been here at CrossFit Jungle Gym for 4 years. Woo. Loving it still.
Yes.
Every minute of it.
Yeah, I can't believe it's been 4 years.
I know.
Why did you sign up for this nutrition challenge?
I gained quite a bit of weight over the last year just because I wasn't watching what I was eating and I was just comfortable with, things, maybe stress, that kind of thing. And I knew that if I signed up and got myself back in check, I could be where I was a year ago. So.
Yeah. And tell us about your success during the challenge.
Definitely got me back on track. I lost 9.6 pounds, which surprised me. I didn't expect to lose that much. Just about all the weight I put on over the last year that I was complaining about. And really one of my biggest successes, I think, is number one, the connection with the people, but also just my workouts are just insanely better, like way better than they ever used to be. So,
yeah. And so for you, obviously, losing a couple pounds, but really like you want to feel good during your workouts and sort of more performance minded. It's like your workouts have been feeling better. Have you done any repeats of workouts yet? Or like, what have you noticed in your performance that says, oh yeah, this is definitely working?
Well, I had a hard time with endurance a lot of times with workouts, like if it was a longer one or if it was a lot of like cardio, I'd have a hard time towards the end keeping up. I'd start coughing. I don't know if it was an asthma thing or what, but then, I noticed that's not nearly as bad as it used to be. I'm able to keep up. Obviously, my scores are a little bit better. I can go a little bit faster, and I'm not as winded as quickly. I can last a little longer. So it's
yeah.
Good. Yeah.
Awesome. And what was your first signs of progress, during the challenge?
Definitely the clothes fitting differently. Like, it was only a couple of weeks, and like my stomach had gone down a bit. Like my waistline was fitting better, and things like that. And yeah, that was quick. That was cool.
Yeah. Awesome. What results did you get that you noticed that maybe weren't part of the official measurements?
I think sleeping better, definitely the endurance and stuff in the gym. I think overall mentality, like I can do this, and it can be easy. It's easy. It's easier than you expect it to be once you just create that habit. So I think it's that.
Yeah. Awesome. What was the biggest obstacle that we helped you overcome during the nutrition challenge?
I think being mindful of using food as a source of stress relief versus fuel.
Yeah.
That's big. That's key.
Yeah. You were doing that a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I noticed that I was doing it, but in listening to some of the things that you had taught us over the 5 weeks, I was definitely doing that.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. And you have a lot of stress in your life, right?
I do.
And so, that was kind of like a big thing that you were dealing with, throughout the challenge, and I guess we'll continue to either deal with it or not deal with after the challenge. Do you feel like you have the tools? Do you feel like you have the motivation level to keep doing this on your own?
I do. I definitely feel like I've also created some relationships throughout the challenge where I can, I had a couple of side conversations about people like, hey, let's check in on each other and make sure we're staying, in check and stuff like that too. So I don't know that I'm comfortable with saying I can do it on my own, but with the support of the people here, I can definitely.
Yeah, awesome. And, the support that you got, whether it was from us or the other members, or was there anybody outside of the challenge that was helpful for you?
Outside the challenge, well, my friends in the gym were always very helpful. I mean, we get together a lot and do, eat or whatever, and they were very mindful of where we went or what was around, that, you know, that kind of thing. Always took that into consideration throughout the challenge, so that
Yeah.
was nice.
Yeah. Awesome. Um, what would you say were the top contributing factors to the success that you had during the 5 weeks?
Number one, the meetings, because you changed my perspective on a lot of things, and just the way you presented things, and the subject matter that you talked about was very helpful. So that was key, I think. Just the check-ins and the community, like the side conversations, like Kelly and Melissa and Nancy, meeting up with people here and just, oh, hey, how'd you do this week? Jim, you know, it's nice to kind of just check in with each other. People that you don't typically see or talk to, you're able to communicate a little bit more with, and that was definitely key as well.
Yeah, awesome. Is there anything you'd want to share with somebody, you know, sitting at home, or, you know, maybe who's done a couple nutrition challenges, but is wondering if they should sign up for one in the future? Like, what would you say to them?
So, it's definitely worth it. It's 100% worth it. There's a lot of, when you look at, like, oh, well, I'm paying for a membership and it can be expensive and that kind of stuff. Invest in yourself, because it's well worth every dollar. It's worth every minute of time and effort you put into it. And the extra groceries you buy, or the time you spend every week meal prepping, it's worth it. I feel so much better than I did 5 weeks ago. Like, just sitting here, I just feel so much better. It's so much worth it. So well worth it.
Yeah, awesome. Well, congratulations, Terri.
Thank you. I'm very happy with